Hello. I'm going to be doing a full moon release for all the signs. On June 24th, we're going to have a full moon in Capricorn, and the full moon usually builds up. It's full for a few days before and a few days after, and then we have 14 days until the new moon. So this video will be good for all through that time. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Aries, and I will timestamp below so you can go ahead and check that out for either your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, whichever signs you resonate with. So let's go ahead and start with Aries. So for the full moon in Capricorn, what does Aries need to release? What energy or situation? Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So what Aries needs to release is to stop trying with a certain situation. Just stop giving your effort. You need to release the weight. You need to release the weight. You need to release the game. You need to release trying with whatever situation you're in. You need to just let it go and start focusing on your own thing. What do you need to go toward? You need to go toward the Queen of Cups. You need to go toward the inner love in yourself for this full moon to the new moon. What you really need to do is look to nurture yourself. Okay, so you need to let go of the BS with whatever the situation is. You need to let it go, and you need to work on nurturing yourself. All right, so that's for Aries. Let's go ahead and give you a power animal. Your power animal is the Phoenix. Okay, so this is all about transformation. You have an opportunity with this energy that's going on here to really transform and to become your best self, and to give yourself the love that you deserve. So whatever the situation is that's not working in the way that you want it to, just release it and let it go. Stop waiting, stop trying. That's what you're releasing for this full moon in Capricorn onto the new moon. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next sign, which is going to be Taurus. And you know what? I'm going to write these timestamps down real quick just so it is easier for me to deal with this later. So thank you for your patience. So I know it's like, hold on, let me get a pencil. Okay, so Taurus. What does Taurus need to release for this full moon in Capricorn? Magician reversed. Page of Pentacles reversed. And the Ace of Cups reversed. So Taurus, what you need to release is some sort of expectation of, I guess, thinking that things should be a certain way. And this could include a person. This could also include the love you've been waiting for a person. And this could also include an opportunity that you've been waiting for. I just got the thought also that maybe look into ways of how to make opportunities come to yourself for yourself, so things are this sort of way. People are not always going to fit your expectations or ways that things should be, even though you deserve it. And so you need to release the expectations that you might have about a certain situation. Let's look at what you should be going toward. Oh, wow. Queen of Swords, as well as Strength. So what I'm seeing is you really need to go toward finding your inner strength about a certain situation, whether this is work or your love situation, or some other thing, is that you really need to go toward and nurture yourself with this situation that is going on. And you really need to sort of, the criticism that you might have toward the way that things have gone is not useless. And if anything, this criticism is there for a reason, and it's there to help you to elevate yourself so that you can figure out and discover what it is that you do want. So whatever the situation is that's going on, it's time for you to just release your expectations, to surrender. Don't settle. But maybe you might realize once you just let it go, what it is that you truly do want out of this situation. And you might even find yourself, instead of criticizing, to do some inner work on yourself, to really get aligned with what you should be working on. So let's see, what is your animal card for this journey? We have Sea Serpent. So I want you to go ahead and work on yourself. The Sea Serpent is all about creativity and expression. So don't be afraid to express yourself and say what it is that you want and what it is that you need in life. And to just let certain things go, and you will know what these things are that might be nagging you. Let those things go. And even if it's a certain cycle, something that you're just holding on to that you need to let go of, and really come into this place where you're claiming your own voice. So this is all about how you are using your own voice. And the way that you are using your voice can be for bad or good. And the way that you are being advised to use your voice is toward an expression that is healthy for you and healthy for others, and that really teaches other people or yourself or the people around you. So that's my advice to you. That was complex, Taurus. Oh my goodness. So the next sign that we are going to be doing is Gemini. All right, Gemini. Let's see. What is it that you need to release on this Capricorn full moon? I just got utopian vision. Utopian vision, the way that things should be. Okay, so we got coming out of the blindfold. Okay, so releasing the way that things should or shouldn't be. There's a sense of releasing things that are not suiting you anymore. A certain vision or idealized way of thinking about how something should have been is what you need to release, because this has not been suiting your highest good and your highest love for yourself. There's something about a certain expectation or a certain way that things should be that you need to, and I think you have already identified that and have started to release some sort of expectation. What are you needing to go toward? We got the Emperor in reverse. And we also got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I would say what you need to go toward is being gentle on yourself and others. Have faith, but of course nurture yourself, and be patient with yourself when it comes to developing whatever it is that you are trying to develop. So let's go ahead and see what your animal card is for this. And we have the Phoenix, the Judgment card, transformation. So with this knowledge of releasing what you expect from other people and just maybe surrendering, you can figure out what kind of energy do you have now once you have released that, whatever negative energy that you have now. You can find ways to transmute that and give it in a loving way that can actually help and teach people. I hope that helps. I really do. Now the next sign we're going to go on to is Cancer. So Cancer. All right, my lovely sign of Cancer. Let's see, what is it that you are needing to release for this Capricorn full moon? All right. The Ace of Torches, Judgment, and the Four of Torches. So you need to release the way that you think things should be. The way that you feel a certain vision should have manifested, the way that a certain stable situation should be. And it's okay to also not be stable. Of course, we all want to be stable, but it's okay to be in a place where you feel vulnerable. And so I would say that you need to release maybe your need for protecting your emotions and barriers, and just release that vulnerability, because if you do, then you might actually find that you're better able to communicate what it is that you are trying to do. So what is it that you want to go toward? Again, it's okay to not know how things are going to be. And what you want to go toward is being comfortable in a certain lane and a certain place where you're okay not seeing or not knowing how things might be. And even if that means having to move toward another direction or another way, your intuition might be telling you it's time to move in a certain way. The thing about this is it might be something that might be your intuition just helping guide you the way. And so it definitely seems like there's another direction or a way, some sort of way forward that you see as a possible plan or path of action. So let's see what your power animal is. And we have the horse. And it's funny because I was thinking about the chariot for sure. And it can't be any more clear than day from all the readings I've done with this Capricorn new moon, full moon reading, is that you have the answers, and there's a situation that you might be wanting to put aside. And also with the vulnerability thing, it's also about having your guard up when you need to have it up. So there's that sense of maybe to be able to discern that maybe people have taken advantage of you, that maybe weren't in your best interest. And that's not a good situation to be in. So let's go ahead and move on to Leo. So Leo, all right, let's see, what is it that you need to release on this full moon, and what is it that you need to go toward? Okay, so Leo, I'm going to use my Wild Unknown Tarot on you, which you are the first of today. So what are you needing to release? You are needing to release a certain way that you thought the future would be. A certain harmony that is possible, and it could still be, but a certain harmony. Imbalances. Release what is preventing you from being balanced. So there's something preventing you from being balanced, and you need to release whatever this thing is. Or stop trying to make things happen and just release it and let it go. Let's go ahead and clarify that. What does Leo need to release? The Sun. This balance, this notion of balance, and just the way that you see, or you see something so beautifully, how it should work, how it could be. But you need to release the notion so that things could actually become restored and go back into balance. So release that notion. Let's see what you need to be going toward. What does Leo need to be going toward? Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So again, on this theme of balance with you, I'd say let go. I think you need to continue surrendering this whole theme and notion of harmony and balance that you feel should be happening. And it's a hard process. I mean, it really is hard to let go of something that you just hold so dearly, and just trusting that a new cycle will begin, because you're sort of left in the ethers of life, and you're just left in a pit almost, and it's a hard feeling to have to deal with. So you're going to leave what you thought should be, and balance and the harmony associated with its potential, and you're going to go through with continuing to surrender to life. So that's what I've got for you. And let's give you a power animal, Leo. Your power animal is the turtle. No matter how slow, no matter how long it takes, it's okay. And don't feel like you need to just change something for the sake of changing something to get away from the feeling of what you're going through. Really allow yourself to circulate in that feeling, that emotion, so you can transform and give your love or attention to somewhere that it is needed and desired and appreciated. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. Thank you, Virgo, for coming in. And let's go ahead and see, what are you needing to release for this full moon in Capricorn? What does Virgo need to release? It's so funny because in the other deck, I literally had the same card come up. Oh my God, that's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, for the last sign, which was Leo. Okay, so anyway, you have the Hermit. So you need to release the being in the dark, staying in the dark, contemplating, hoping things will manifest in a certain way. You need to let your light be shown. And just trust that whatever happens is meant to happen. And if somebody's not willing to meet you at your standard, it's better to not be in the dark than to be stuck in the dark and you're just sort of in limbo with the situation. So there's this sense of like waking up. Let's go ahead and clarify that Hermit. What is that Hermit? Ace of Cups reversed. And then we also have the Ten of Swords in reverse. A situation you've been seeing clearly for some time. For the sake of this full moon, you need to release and let go. Some sort of love or offer, or there's this burden right here. You need to let the burden go. It's already been trying to be let gone, so let it go. And with this turtle energy, you see what's happening. You don't need to be in hermit mode anymore. You already know it's time to move on. What do you need to go toward? Same card. Ten of Swords in reversed. What you need to go toward is continuing to allow yourself to release this situation that has already closed out, that you've already seen it close out. So what you need to go toward is continuing to work on releasing it. Let's see what your power animal is for Virgo. All right, popped right out. We got the crow, baby. So with the crow, what you're going to want to do is allow the inner wisdom while you're continuing to surrender. And with that Hermit card, it's like you're coming out of the dark, and you're going to take that wisdom that you know, and you're going to allow this energy right here of what you know, this embodiment, this groundedness to sort of like guide you, and not in your head, but more so through your solar plexus, through your heart, through your root chakra. You're going to just allow yourself, what you want to do is just, and it might hurt going through this, but and you have an inner sense of wisdom and knowledge and knowing about this whole thing, that you're going to just keep continuing to move forward with this situation. That's what I have for you. All right. So after Virgo, we have Libra. All right, Libra. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit has for you. And what is Libra trying to release? What does Libra need to release for this full moon? What does Libra need to release? What does Libra need to release? Five of Pentacles reverse. Lack of scarcity mentality. Okay, so what Libra needs to release is scarcity mentality, like and maybe you've already been working on this. So however and this could be a couple things. This could be your finances. This could be maybe some inner child, like victimizing or abandonment sort of, issues, or, maybe even anger towards someone for leaving you out. Whatever hurt you're going through, okay? You need to release this hurt you're going through so that you can continue to heal. What does Libra need to go toward for the new moon? So, again, you want to work on really getting balanced and solid with yourself so that you can continue to have an emotional journey where you're feeling, this is the Nine of Pentacles, okay? And you want to get to a situation where you're feeling happy and whole and balanced, and it'll come sooner than you realize. There's just a couple things that need to be worked on, but with your self-esteem and just your strength, once you become more balanced, you'll see more of what it is that you want and desire. Because once you're balanced, things are not so much of a choice or hurt or pain. So forgive whatever the situation is, move on, and you will be happier and have what you want. But you need to relax, release, and really get to a place where you are learning to depend on yourself in all ways, so you can bring that into whatever situation in your life. Okay, so Libra, now we're going to go ahead and move on to Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what is it that you are needing to release for this full moon cycle. Okay, so Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to release? Okay, so we have the Six of Wands. So what you need to release is your idea of happiness. Allow yourself to release this idea of happiness, because once we surrender happiness and what our idea of it is, then we can see what is underneath. So if you've been trying to avoid your feelings about what is underneath a situation, allow yourself to take the back seat of your emotions and to just let your emotions resonate and be. So this idea and notion of just this really high, esteem or level of maybe ego or happiness, or a certain way of being. There might be a certain way of being that you feel like you've had to be, like a mask almost, that you feel like you've had to put on because some situation is making you feel maybe upset about it, and so you put this mask on because it's too much to have to deal with. What you need to release, and it could also be that a situation that you felt was going to be a good situation for you and you still hold it in high esteem, hoping it will happen, is also something that you need to release. So it's one of those two things. Either a situation that you feel is going to be happy, you need to release, or this mask that you've been putting onto the world to protect your feelings. Let's see what it is that you need to go toward. The Magician. Once you can release this inner happiness, or this inner idea of what happiness is, don't be afraid, because something's going to happen once you release this situation, whatever it is. Something's going to happen where you're going to manifest like crazy, and you're going to feel that you have all the resources at your disposal to make and create whatever kind of life it is that you want. So that's what you're going toward when it comes from the full moon to the new moon. All right, very good. And let's go ahead and just give you a power card, a power animal card for Scorpio. And we have a raccoon. So this is really like hitting home with that magician card. Like this is really all about creation and just using, and the mask. There's the mask. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I was just talking about a mask. Okay. Oh, life can be hard, can't it? So with this mask, you know, don't be afraid to take the mask off. In the same token, don't be afraid to create. It's easy to be in a place of stagnation. That's even a word. Stagnantness. It's easy to be stagnant. So if that is you, feel free to take the mask off, explore your inner world, and find whatever form and whatever way you create to let that happen, because there might be a lot of people you can make happy, or even just yourself. So whatever that means to you. Anyway, good luck, and I really hope you have a wonderful time exploring this new energy. The next sign we are going to do from Scorpio is Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. So thank you for joining me. So I'm going to go ahead and see what you're releasing for this full moon. And I'm going to see what you're going to be going toward when it comes to the new moon. So what are you releasing? What is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus releasing? Emotional issues. The way that you feel that something should be. An emotional love, or some sort of emotional offer. And so, sorry, had to wipe my nose there. Yeah. And there's some sort of like, just some emotional thing with the baggage going on. There's just this, you know, a situation. It could be a person, it could be a workplace, it could be a person. Again, I keep getting that. The way that you thought that things would be. There's some sort of emotional situation. And this could be in love. Where you just have to get out of that energy. I'm going to pull another card for that one, because that's, you know, a little deep there. That's a heavy energy. And we have more of it. I mean, we have the Knight of, you know, Cups in reverse, and then we have this Nine of Wands energy. I mean, this is like, like just really like, you know, this whole thing has been like a bother, you know, and it's just been weighing you down. And so there's something about just needing to release this energy, whatever the expectations were, detach, do whatever you need to do, detox. You have the answers, and you just need to follow that intuition of what it is that will, you know, make you feel better. So let's go ahead and figure out what it is that you need to go toward. Wow. Oh my gosh. So we have this King of Wands energy. You have a lot of positive things coming for you if you can continue in that happy energy that you provide to people. There is a happiness and just a great, gosh, like potential of life coming for you. So open yourself up to that, because there's a lot of beauty. And also, don't be afraid to be in a place where you're sort of like just being patient with the opportunities that come. Okay, they're there, but you know, you want to make sure that you're really going to this place of where you're releasing the struggle. Okay? And so just, I really want to say, open yourself up to like what's around you. And I think that, you know, whether that's in your inner world or your outer world, and perhaps even get out. I feel like I need to say get out. And I haven't said that to any sign. So maybe it means something. So let's give you a power animal. Your power animal is the mouse. Whatever obstacles that you have had in the past with a situation or situations, you can get through them. You can get through those mountains. You can get through those obstacles. And you are a powerful source of love and wisdom and, you know, so much hope for others. Like, it might seem like you're not able to get through this because you're just stuck in a certain situation, but you definitely can get through it. And it might, one day at a time, one step at a time, and then each day will get easier and easier. All right, so right after Sagittarius, we have Capricorn. 31. Okay. So we have Capricorn now. So let's go ahead and get right to that. Capricorn. Now, what is it that you need to release on this Capricorn full moon? And what are you going to be going towards? So what does Capricorn need to release? Idea of stability, of a happy family, of love, of the way that things should be. And just the ideas about the way that things should be, and the way, you know, whether it's finances or whether it's love. So if it's love, then it's, I'm going to actually say finances first. If it's finances, then it's about how you feel that you should be in a certain stage in your life right now. If it is love, it's about how you feel a certain situation should be. And if this is a separation, then just releasing the situation altogether, surrendering to it. Okay. So what are you going toward? What is Capricorn needing to go toward for this new moon? Okay, so we have this, really working on yourself. And in your general reading, you actually got, this reminds me of the bat that you got, where it's talking about really working on your inner self and just working on those things that we don't like to confront. So working on yourself and working on that love for yourself. Really letting go during this full moon of, you know, things that are not making you happy or things that you keep chasing. Really, really working on letting those go and finding ways to work on yourself. Let's see what your animal card is for your power. And we have the dolphin. So you really, really want to work on how you're communicating, whether it's with others around you. And of course, if this is a situation where you're not getting back anything in return, don't waste your time with that right now. Work about how you're communicating with yourself, your inner emotions, and really learn to listen to yourself and your intuition and your emotions so that you could find some peace and solace in this situation. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius. Let's see what is going on with you. So Aquarius, what are you having to leave behind during this full moon? The Magician, the way that things should be. The Six of Wands in reverse. Again, the way that things should be. And we have the Ten of Wands. Burden. So there's something about a burden, needing to leave a burden behind, and just a positive association that you might have with this burden. There's something about needing to just, and this might not mean like forever, but it just means the energy of it, just releasing it and letting it go, and just the potential that this thing might have had, whether it comes into fruition or not. All of the negative association with this situation, whether it's work or whether it's love, you want to just work on just letting whatever expectations or high hopes you had about a certain situation, let it go so you could rebalance and come into a certain chemistry about a situation where you have more clarity, and you really want to allow yourself to have full release, full rebirth, so that you can give yourself in a balanced way in the future. Let's see what you are going toward in the future. All right. Wow, so we have the Four of Wands. So there's a lot of happiness for you here. If you could work on, I would say continue to work on your stability and continue to work on prioritizing those values and things that make you feel happy and good and just full of life. The things that are making you happy and that are like easier and easier feeling. And just really like using whatever it is that you got from this experience in the past, and taking what it was, but surrendering it. You could really work on rebuilding a certain type of life and just adjusting and putting things into your inner circle. So let's go ahead and give you a power card for this transition. We got the Frog. Have faith to leave what was sort of like the energy of what was weighing you down, because now you're coming into a cleansing where you're healing. And don't be afraid to use your voice when it comes to people. I would even recommend maybe doing vocal exercises to help you come in tune with your body and your voice so that you can be communicative with the people and situations in your life. And for yourself, for your own sense of well-being, that might actually make you and help you feel good. All right, so the very last sign we have is Pisces. All right, Pisces. So let's see, what are you releasing on this full moon? Scarcity mindset, abandonment issues, not forgiving someone or situation. And then we also have Nine of Pentacles, which is dependence on the situation. Okay, so what you're going to want to release is some sort of situation that you've been depending on to give you the happiness or independence, whether this is work related or love related. You want to be able to release this situation and really try to come into a place where you are happy, and just finding that sort of peace within yourself, as challenging as it might be. And we got the High Priestess for your going forward. Trust yourself. Trust the quality of your awareness and your energy. And trust that as you go forward on this path toward the new moon, that you are worthy, and that your self-worth and your energy is something that's important, and it's not something to be spat on. It's not something that it's just worthless. And there's a lot that you have thunk through this whole situation that has benefited your wisdom and just sense of self, and you're coming out of this sort of mindset and going into a new mindset where you can just help yourself to like love and heal and, you know, be the grounded person that you are. So let's go ahead and pull a power animal for you. And we have the Crow, which is pretty much the same thing as the High Priestess. I mean, you can't, they're like the same card. Oh, goodness. Really feel that inner self and allow yourself to just be in that energy where it's okay to be unattached. It's okay to not have to worry about a situation, to not have to feel like you need to keep entertaining it or giving it attention. It's okay from this full moon into the new moon. Allow yourself to have a certain sense of composure where you really are coming into a transitional phase of awareness and love for yourself. All right, well that's all the signs. I'm gonna go ahead and do a collective. So let me go ahead and do a collective for everybody. So let's go ahead and figure out, what does the collective of everybody who comes across this video, of the whole universe, what does everybody need to release from this full moon? And remember, the last full moon was a lunar eclipse. And so we might still have some continuation of that, but let's see, what do we need to release? It can't get any more clear than that. So we need to release the heartbreak. We're still holding on to the heartbreak. We need to release the pain. We need to release the love associated with the pain. What do we need to go toward? We need to work on giving to ourselves and finding things and ways that are in objective ways that are actually tangible ways, not ways that we just think, oh yeah, I know I need to love myself. Like, think of 3 things you can do, whether that's reading a self-help book, whether that's cooking for yourself, taking a bath, or whatever. You know, what are those things that you can do to really tangibly give to yourself? We're healing from a heartbreak, and what we need is this, you know, there's an awakening consciousness, okay? You think the solution to your inner problems is in the world outside, but nobody has ever truly become okay by changing things outside. There's always the next problem. So let's work on changing ourselves and how we perceive things, and let's work on becoming smarter about things and just loving ourselves and just really finding a place where we can re-examine the heartache and just let it go. Okay, so once we've examined it, let's let it go, because we've probably been in this heartache, you know, for a while, or a few cycles, or several cycles, and it's something that we have to keep asking ourselves. Why does it keep happening? Why does it keep happening? Why is it happening? Where is there an imbalance where we can learn to be more balanced people and really put our foot down and really have our boundaries and really realize and see what it is that we want for our needs to be met? So that is all I have for you, and I will leave it with the Otter. Don't take things too seriously. Play. Allow yourself to have fun. As cliche as that sounds, get yourself to that energy, because once you're in that energy, then you're just vibrating on a different wavelength that isn't so heavy. Let yourself heal your heart, but allow yourself to love. Love will come in. The opportunities will come in, and once they do, you'll realize that it's because of the inner work that you've done, that you're aligning with what is healthiest and best for you. All right, well, it's been so wonderful and so great. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, life, and I will talk to you next time.